Okay, it's 2024 on Lake Martin, and I'm going to go over the home sales on Lake Martin so far in 2024. I'm also going to give you waterfront lot sales, some general prices of home sales, and also an interesting trend that I have found. Stay tuned. But first, the meat and potatoes of this whole thing, and that always starts with waterfront home sales. This is waterfront home sales through the end of May 2024. What's been going on? Okay, let's take a look. All right, so far through the end of May, year to date, we see that we've sold 106 waterfront homes, waterfront residences throughout the whole lake. That's all agents, all brokerages, everybody in MLS, 106. How did that compare to last year? Same time period last year, we sold 90. And so home sales are up actually about 17%, which surprised me. Then I thought, let me look at inventory. Inventory is where it gets interesting. Inventory, I looked at the May inventory. We've got 210 waterfront homes for sale in May. Compare that to 125 in 2023. So we're actually up 68%. Now, you might be surprised by that. I wasn't. And neither should you if you've been watching this channel, because we've been going over these numbers for this is a year-old trend. So I'm going to try and link in somewhere, however they do it on YouTube. I'm going to show you our year-end report in 2023. I'm also going to link in back in maybe April 2023. But we've been watching this inventory trend very closely, and that is what is affecting prices, and that's what I think is affecting the overall market bigger than anything. But now, I mean, I even read some people that do other market reports, and now they've finally admitted that inventory is up. And I've been saying this for 18 months. Again, if we just watch the meat and potatoes, so we're up 68% versus last year. Well, okay, John, you're cherry picking. No. In April, we were up 64% compared to the prior year. Right now, at 210, that's 25% above our 5-year average. So it's not just a cherry picking month. We're actually up 25% above our 5-year average. We were up 8% in April. It's been about 5 years since we could say that in the Lake Martin market, we are above our 5-year, it's hard to say, 5-year average of home inventory, things for sale. We're above it now. Some general questions on what are some home prices for sale. Right now, the lowest waterfront residence for sale is a condo at about $324K, and that's in Stillwaters. And then right now, what's the highest price thing on the market? It's a $6.2 million house in the neighborhood, in the Trillium neighborhood, that's on the Kowaliga Bay side of the lake. So just some general numbers for you. Okay, so sorry for the extreme close-up, but here I'm going to try to answer the question of where are these home sales happening so far by the end of May 2024. And here's where they're happening. Right now in Kowaliga Bay, so here's the whole map of the lake. This is the west side of Birmingham side. This is Atlanta. This is the northeast. Auburn is right here on the east side. Montgomery is down here on the southwest side. So where are these sales happening? Right now, 50% of our sales are happening on the Blue Creek side of the lake. Now, I'm defining that. You can argue with me if you want to, but I'm defining Blue Creek as this is Chimney Rock right here. Chimney Rock all the way over to Stillwaters and grabbing Blue Creek Bridge, and not including Sandy Creek. All right, so Northlake, I'm saying this big, huge area here. So far this year, Northlake is about 30% of sales. So again, this is everything. Actually, I included a little bit of Windermere. That's everything on the north side. Kowaliga Bay. All right, this is Kowaliga Bridge right here, and this is Chimney Rock right here. So in Kowaliga Bay, about 7% so far of home sales are in Kowaliga Bay. And then if we look west of Kowaliga Bridge, so far this year, it's about 13% of sales. So that is Kowaliga Bridge there, everything west. So that's, the Real Island area, that's Parker Creek, that's Okeechobee Creek, everything west of the bridge, 13%. Because a lot of my clients, if they're geographic specific, they say, hey, I want to be on the Kowaliga side. So right now, it's about 20% of sales. They say they want to be on the east side. Right now, about 80% of happening. And just kind of give you some perspective on that, this time last year for the entire year was 38%. Northlake was about 24%. And so the east side is trending up a little bit so far this year, which I don't think is a really big deal because that's only 5 months of the year. So I just thought it might be interesting to throw those numbers out. Okay, what about waterfront lots? What's going on with them? Waterfront lots are also up. This time last year, year to date, sold 20 waterfront lots through the multiple listing service. So far this year, it's 24. Again, this is all agents, all brokerages. So we're up 25% in sales. And also inventory is up about 10% because this time last year we had about 70 lots and right now we have about 77. And so inventory is up. Like we talked about in previous times, a trend I see on the lake is that lot sales tend to lag about a year behind waterfront home sales. So when I kind of try to predict where lot sales are going to go, I look at homes the previous year, and this is where we were last year with homes. Increased about 10% of property, of things for sale. So that's what I'm seeing there. So interesting for our waterfront lots. One trend that I mentioned earlier is this, and that is the trend in water view and water access homes. So like, what does that mean? Lake Martin is a very small market in the middle of nowhere, a vacation market. And so real estate here, it has its peculiarities. And one of the peculiarities that we have is homes that are on the water in our MLS are called or waterfront. Okay, and so we check yes on that. Well, most of us check yes in the MLS for that. But we have a category in our multiple listing service called water view or water access homes. And so this is a house that's by the water and can see it. This is a house that has deeded access to it. And a trend that we've been seeing since Corona, I think 2019, 2020, we really saw an upswing of water view, water access homes because prices for waterfront homes have gone up so much over the past 10 years. We really see a burgeoning market in water view, water access. So I'm keeping my eye on this market segment. It's really getting really interesting. Right now, I looked it up, and we have 46 water view, water access homes on the market. Compare that to 210. I don't know if my dog is going to get in this frame. But compare that to 210 waterfront residences or homes that are for sale right now. So almost a quarter of that number. No, excuse me, this is not included in this, but to compare it, it's a quarter of the market. Now, so a lot of people ask, okay, well, what does it cost to get into one of these homes? You can see that the ranges vary pretty widely. Right now, we have a house that's on the low side, about $85,000 to have either a view or have deeded access. And on the high side, we're in the low 700Ks, about 712K, all right? And so the interesting trend, I think, with this is it's just like the waterfront homes. The better the view, even though if you're not right on the water, the better the view, that tends to drive the price. I think it's going to be interesting. Right now, I have a water view, water access home for sale in the village that is awesome, and I think it's a great example of this. So another question I get a lot is, what about condos? I had a client, we were looking, and they're thinking about selling their condo, and they said, well, we're seeing a lot of condos in the market. Is this a good time to sell a condo? So, well, I said, well, I think so, but I looked up the numbers, and here's what I found. Right now, at the time I looked it up, there are about 184 waterfront residences for sale at that time. 36 of those were condos, and so about 20% of our waterfront residential market right now are condos. Well, is that high or low? Compare that to about 16% in 2023. So my client, their gut was right. It's about, if you divide it up, that's about 25% more. So I am seeing right now, and again, I'm making this as of May numbers. Yes, about 25% more than usual condos on the market. Okay, what does it cost you? And these are very general numbers, but for a 2-bedroom condo, where I'm seeing about mid 400,000s, we'll get you a 2-bedroom condo. What about a 3-bedroom condo? Obviously, depending on the complex and all that, but in general, about mid $600,000 is the general market for 3-bedroom condos. So what I meant to end with is yes, I think it's a good time to sell a condo, but it's just like any other time. You have to price it right. The holy trinity of real estate: pricing, staging, and marketing. If you do all those 3 things well, of course, it's a great time to sell one. So those are the numbers through the end of May 2024. If you've got questions about this, I'd love to be the one to help you out. If you're a buyer and you're curious if this is the right time to buy for you, or if you've got specific things you're looking for on the Lake Martin, been doing this a while, and I would love to help you out. Like I said earlier in the video, Lake Martin is a big lake, It's a small, funky, niche market. And I love it. I love introducing people to the lake because it is so fun, but it can be quirky. But you got to know your numbers if you're going to make an investment like this. And I'd love to help you out. I'd also love to help sellers. Right now is the time of year where I'm going on listing appointments. I'm advising people, hey, here's how I would market your property. Here's what I think it's worth. Some folks say, you know what, I'm good. I'm going to hang on, which that's great if that's a good fit for them. If not, I would love to help you sell your property too. I'm John Coley with Lake Martin Voice Realty, and I do this all the time, full time. This is all I do. Thanks.